I'd like to welcome everybody here and thank you for being so patient and participating in our fire drill. Thompson Operation Rednose started in 1998 in Thompson, and we had 102 volunteers who provided 121 rides, raising just over $900. In 2010, we had 32 teams of 119 volunteers, driving over 2,200 kilometers and giving 247 rides and raising just over $4,500. And those who helped us make a difference and who continue to support us yearly are Manitoba Public Insurance, the RCMP, Thompson Ford, Robbins Donuts, Lakeview Inn and Suites, and of course all of our local media. And many things happen way before we start even driving. And one of those things is working with our provincial sponsors. And I would like to introduce a person who actually comes out to volunteer. And she's also the local manager of the local MPI office, Ann Stevenson. Speak loudly now.
All right, I'll speak loudly. Manitoba Public Insurance believes in giving back to communities and helping to build a safe, healthy, and sustainable future. Year after year, we contribute to the overall well-being of our province through various initiatives. And we have a long tradition of sponsoring worthwhile causes across Manitoba, and we're glad to count Operation Rednose among them. Operation Rednose is about working together to make our roads safer over the holiday season. Everyone plays a role in this, MPI, the RCMP, as Bobby has indicated, local volunteers, and even the media. We've been a sponsor of Operation Rednose since its inception in 1995, and the success of the program speaks for itself. Manitoba Public Insurance was happy to announce earlier this year that we are increasing our financial support to assist Safety Services Manitoba and local hosts in providing the Operation Rednose program. We provided the program with $90,000 this year, an increase of $35,000 from 2010. The additional funds have been divided into two distinct areas, $20,000 to promote the program through an expanded print and radio program, and $15,000 to support provincial and local hosts. We donated this additional money because we know that Operation Rednose is a tremendous way for local organizations to promote road safety and bring a positive message to their communities. Operation Rednose is proof that a simple idea brought to life by strong community support can save lives and keep Manitoba roadways safer. Safe roads are what we strive for at MPI. On average, one person is killed every 10 days in Manitoba in an alcohol-related crash. Roughly 1/3 of all motor vehicle fatalities in our province are the result of impaired driving. So this is a very important program. So my message to everyone in Thompson is if you're going to drink, don't drive. You can call a cab, you can catch a ride with a sober friend, or call Operation Rednose. And thank you very much.
And as Anne mentioned, one of our provincial coordinators and supporters is Manitoba Safety Services, and this will be their 7th year. And they help us take care of tons of little tiny things that need to be done just that we can focus on getting things done locally. And one of the things that they have been able to ensure is a successful partnership with MTS. And if you have an MTS cell phone, you can call #NOSE during our nights of driving, and you will get through to your local Rednose. They also provide radios for us and provide the landline service for us. And we also have radios given to us by Jeans Telecom in the PA and by the Thompson Citizens on Patrol. And sometimes we think that we won't be, we don't need all the radios, and then we get a really busy night where we're sending out extra people. And yeah, Carol, we're on.
Good afternoon, folks. The Thompson Rednose will be driving 10 nights this year. Our first night is driving Friday, November the 25th. We will be driving every Friday and Saturday night in December with the exception of Saturday, December the 24th. as that is Christmas Eve. We'll be out on Monday the 26th. Our last night of driving is New Year's Eve. Our hours of driving are typically 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. The exception is New Year's Eve. We appreciate having the first team hit the road about 7:30 and the last team starting at 11:30. All volunteers must be able to pass a security clearance and/or a license check, depending on what they're going to do. Our Rednose application is what the RCMP used to do the checks for us. There's no cost to the volunteers. The volunteers will fill out the application, then get it back to us, and we can take care of getting it to the RCMP. A few years ago, Country Inn and Suites offered us a home. That made our work so much easier. We are now pleased to announce that the Lakeview Inn and Suites continues the generous support, providing a home for Thompson ORN. Troy from Robbins, who's busy right now at a doctor's appointment, stepped up to help us this year with all the 5,000 of our cards had gone wrong, and he printed the numbers on them. Made us cards at his expense. He continues to provide refreshments every night and to provide meals. He also advertises for us in the paper and as well on the radio. And we want to thank Troy and Robbins very much for that.
We would encourage you to support those who support us. Our job is made so much easier because of what they do for us. Every year, Thompson Operation Rednose is innovative. We have done some things here that other groups in the provinces have picked up on. We have also caught the attention of the National Operation Rednose program. The flags, and there's one hanging at the back there, was an idea that came from Thompson, and they're now available to every Operation Rednose group across Canada. We would also like to announce that we will be providing services to the gates of Esquatum. We would also like to thank Manitoba Hydro for making this possible. We've now included Paint Lake, and we ask that if you are going to need a drive to or from Paint Lake, that you contact us 24 hours ahead of time so that we can arrange for volunteers. And at this point, I'll ask Paul Terrian from the BRHA to come forward and talk about their partnership.
Good afternoon, everyone. Very pleased to be here to represent the Burntwood Regional Health Authority. As you know, part of our mission is to make sure that everybody is safe and well, and injury prevention is a big factor in some of the activities that we do and support. As part of Operation Rednose, we believe that it is an excellent program. When we have our own Christmas social that will occur in a few weeks. I think it's the second night of operation, Mr. Trainer. We certainly have Operation Rednose available, and also what we do, and I challenge other organizations to do the same, is we will feed the drivers that night. So I'm sure that they do get hungry with all that driving around. And I certainly encourage other organizations on other nights to provide them with refreshments, a meal, and to help them along. Also, during our promotion during that evening of safe driving, we will offer taxi vouchers that we pay for, and also, you know, the designated driver program we certainly encourage. So everyone, you know, in our community should be very proud of the efforts of Operation Rednose, and I know that I'm proud, and that's why I'm going to basically support it by wearing, you know, red nose to say, Rudolph, you know, stay safe. Take care.
Thanks, Paul. I was actually wondering if you're going to be brave enough to put that on. As part of what we do, and we have people who live in our community who are totally affected by drinking and driving and the after effects, and sometimes we don't really recognize who they are and what they can contribute, and how they're affected. A few years ago I had a conversation with the previous fire chief regarding who is first on the scene when there's an impaired driver if there's a collision. And a lot of times it is the people who initially spot it first, the RCMP, and firefighters and paramedics. So in that spirit, I'd like to ask Deputy Chief Dorian to come and speak.
Thanks, Bobby, and you're absolutely right. Between the RCMP, Fire and Emergency Services, City of Thompson, unfortunately we are sometimes the first ones to be on scene. It's not something that we want for anybody. At the City of Thompson and Thompson Fire and Emergency Services, we strive for a healthy, safe community through safe operations, and I think Operation Rednose does exactly that. I find it fitting that if you'll notice below or just above the Operation Rednose sign, there's a saying, Omnis Cito Domus. It means everybody goes home, and I think given all the hard work of the volunteers at Operation Rednose and definitely the wishes from the City of Thompson is exactly that, so thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chief. And I'd like to announce that this year our committee has chosen the firefighters and the paramedics to be the honorary chairs. And I think it's absolutely fitting. And I'm surprised you didn't put your red nose on there. Oh. And in the spirit of partnerships, every year we try to look at something different and to honor people who have been with us. And a new partnership has been created this year because of a person who volunteered with us. And I actually thought he was coming out for one shift for one night. And he came out every single night that year, and then for years afterwards. He was constantly in my face, I guess. And he became part of the coordinator and part of the volunteer committee who organized Rednose, and was instrumental in making sure that we had everything that we needed to have an effective season. And many of us know him or knew him as Fabio. And I should have brought his name tag. We still want to have his name tag, and he became Fabio the nights that he was driving. And it was Albert Cater. And we unfortunately lost Albert a few months ago. But in the spirit of wanting to honor his commitment to the Red Nose program, we thought, how can we do that? So we started thinking, and we were talking with different people, and talking with people he worked with, other people he volunteered with. And besides, Albert was affected by impaired driving. It affected him personally and his family. And he was very, very passionate about making sure that everybody stayed safe. And in that spirit, the job that he was doing was working with children. And children are his passion, or were his passion as well, including his own two that are sitting right here today. And I don't know how many times we saw pictures, we heard stories, and we knew everything about them that happened during December. And so we have communicated or worked with, I'm hoping I'm getting this right, May, NCN CFS, and we have created a fund. It's called Albert's Fund, and I'm going to ask May to come up and speak to that, and so that she can share with you what's going to be happening.
Hi, I'm May Mossop, and I do work for NCN CFS DIA in Thompson, Manitoba. We're the designated intake agency in the north, and what we do is we respond to crisis calls or calls. We're the first responders. We usually go with RCMP, and Albert, I worked with him for years. When he first started in this career, we're working with children. And his passion was his community to be safe, the families to be living healthy, so that his children could grow up in a more healthier community. And I was so honored and proud that he was my friend. When I was asked about this committee, when I was asked about this, to do this, they asked me, what could we do? And I know Albert, when a family was in need in any way, Albert was the first one to go to the store and purchase something for a child in need. He didn't have to go and ask for it. He went and got it, because that's who Albert was. And so what we have done, in partnership with Rednose, is we're going to have a fund in Albert's name called Albert's Fund. And when we go to a home and we see a family that's maybe low income or just struggling at that month or whatever, and the child is really into arts, but can't afford the pencils and art paper, we're going to go and buy that in Albert's name, and we're going to spread his word to the family. And then if the child needs a basketball, you know, he's getting in a lot of trouble, but he loves basketball, we'll go purchase a basketball in Albert's name for this child. And so that's what we're doing. And when I've told people about this, I've already gotten other people saying, how can we donate to this fund? So it's Albert's spirit. And when the fire engine was leaving, we laughed because it's only Albert that loves the emergency, you know, like he was so quick to respond. I mean, that's who Albert was. When something was needed, he responded, and he didn't care what it was for, as long as it was to keep our families and our children together and safe. And I love you, Albert. Thank you.
And we're setting up the fund so that if anybody wants to contribute in any way at any time, you can. I would like to start to wrap things up today, and usually one of the last people I call on is somebody who I'll let him share his story. Mayor Johnston.
Well, Bobby, Ron, Carol, it's my pleasure to welcome you and welcome everyone here to Thompson Fire Emergency Services. It's probably an interesting place to host the event this afternoon, but it really is about ensuring that people have a safe, festive season. And I want to acknowledge and thank all those sponsors. I acknowledge MPIC, who has been there right from the start and is committed to the program. I want to acknowledge BRHA, MTS, some of those other ones that were mentioned. But I really want to talk about the volunteers, because at the end of the day, it's the volunteers that give their time and go out. And I want to mention that I'm joined here by a counselor who has been a part of Operation Rednose right from the start and goes out and spends time. And Judy, I want to thank you for doing that as well. So for me, this is the start of the festive season. Unfortunately, the snow arrived just in time. And from the City of Thompson, we wish everyone all the best over the coming weeks. We will do our best through Thompson Fire Emergency Services. You saw them roll. We have a phenomenally dedicated crew here. And I know it was interesting watching that. And people, I could see the little bit of excitement in people's eyes in terms of what's going on. I can tell you this, no matter what, when I get a call from the chief or the deputy, or I hear the bell upstairs, I can tell you I have the absolute utmost confidence in our crews and our equipment. And what I've heard today from all the speakers really is about community. It's about giving to the community and being a part of the community. Nothing says it better than people getting out and volunteering, and a program that is designed to keep people safe. And I always mention the one thing that I've always appreciated from Operation Rednose, and I can say this because Bobby knows it, I'm a user of the service. And I remember when I first started speaking at the event and I would say, I use the service, people kind of went, oh boy, the mayor uses the service, Mike. No, we should all be proud. We have this service in our community, and we all have to understand you have to use it, and please do. It is the right thing to do. And I appreciate the commitment. Thank you all. All the best for the festive season.
Thank you very much, Mayor Johnston. And because he said it to you, I can say yes, he does use the service. Otherwise, we have a strong confidentiality clause, and we don't tell people who we see in the situations that we see or anything like that. We've got a core group of volunteers that come out every single year, and they have a lot of fun, and they keep coming back. So I think that's a testament to what happens. We encourage everybody to let us know when you're having your own community, your staff Christmas party, or even your Christmas party at home, and give us a call. And if, even if you're having a party at home, we will come to your home. We will come visit your home. And it can be fantastic. Please give me a call and let me know if you're having a party at 778-8601. And we ask that you please support your community, you come out and meet new friends, and raise much needed monies for local charities. And thank you very much.